Hello everyone, it's Alex. This week I'm going to be teaching you macacos and how to turn your macaco into a back handspring. So for those of you that don't know what a macaco is, it is this move. I'm outside today because one, the weather's really nice, but also in my house I'm a bit worried I'm going to kick a lampshade doing this move and the grass is a bit softer. So please be careful with this move. It's more of an acrobatic skill, so we are going to be going over our head. We need to be making sure that we're strong enough and flexible enough to be doing that. Please make sure that you're practicing in a place that's safe enough, soft enough, and that if you're going to have a controlled fall, it's going to be okay. You are responsible for yourself in learning this skill. So how we're going to learn this skill is the first thing we need to do is figure out which way we cartwheel. So when I cartwheel with my left foot first and my left hand first. The cartwheel is going to be really helpful in teaching this move, and a backwards roll would also be useful too. So once you've figured out which way you do your cartwheel, like I said, I go left hand and left foot first. I'm going to sit on the ground and I'm going to put my left leg out and I'm going to put my left hand behind me like this. So I'm sort of sat in this position. What I'm going to be doing from this position is swinging my arm and pushing my hips up, so I'm going to be going like this. After we have our correct position and we can lift ourselves up, what we're going to do is lift ourselves into this shape, step over and stand up, and that's the first part of our macaco. You can also turn it back down. As we're getting confident with this movement, coming over and standing, what you can now start to do is lift this straight leg first. This is going to make us come off the ground slightly. We're also going to use to jump with this bent leg. So I'm going to go here. I'm doing the same move, but I'm just jumping a little bit. So again, once you're at this stage and you're being able to jump a little bit, all you need to try to do now is just try to jump a little bit higher and change the angle of it so we can go more and more and more vertical gradually and comfortably. So that was a very vertical one, but please don't go that excessive really quickly. You want to really work into it, and if it feels like your arm's not quite strong enough or you're not going fast enough for it, just stay there and practice that one lots and lots of times until it feels easy. Then you know you're ready to progress. So once we're getting this consecutively, we can start to do things like step into it. And now this is easy for us and we can do it in different ways. We're ready to go on to our full macaco. So our full macaco works exactly the same way, but we're going to do it from a slightly different setup. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be standing and dropping and leaning back. And now I'm also jumping onto two legs. Now we're familiar with this setup, we can start to jump over a bit and a bit more, slowly increasing the angle of the jump. Now we're starting to get towards quite vertical, we can start thinking about the other hand coming down. The first go you can kind of do it more like a cartwheel if you need to. Then when you're comfortable with that, we can start to reach more and more behind us, making it go backwards. With this skill you can land on one or two legs, it doesn't matter, it's up to you. Now we can do the macaco. We did kip ups last week, so we can try and combine them together and go kip up into macaco. Or we could do it the other way around and go macaco into our kip up. Now it's not going to work so easily, so we're going to have to do it with a roll kick to make it work better. Another thing you can do with macaco as you get good at it is you can try to twist out of it. So I'm going to have a go, we're going to do it in stages, so we're going to do it in quarters. So I'll try quarter, half, 3/4, 4. Try again. Looks like I can't get that one today. day. If you guys can get it, then fair play to you, it's really, really hard. So how we're going to learn our back handsprings, the same way we learn at Macao, and go slightly to the side. It's important with your back handspring to make sure that as you swing your arms back, you're leaning into it. Because you don't want to go too high so you can't get your hands on the ground. It's going to be easy to lean by popping to the side like that. And really take your time going over, little bit by little bit by little bit. It still feels scary when you get it straight, even when you're ready. Well done, guys. Good effort trying that. Now, it doesn't matter what stage you get to, even if you just manage the very, very first thing I gave you. Now, even showing you this, not all of these things that I can do, I still need to practice at some of them. So it doesn't matter what you can and can't achieve, just keep going at it and enjoy moving and find different ways to move, and then you'll find yourself progressing quicker than you imagine.